What's up, guys? How are you? Welcome into a Sunday morning edition of the Daily Juice Podcast. My name is Matt Perrault. You guys can follow me on Twitter at SportsTalkMatt. We're here on BettingPros.com, always being brought to you by BetMGM, and the offer $10 to win $150 on any event using that promo code JUICE150 at BetMGM.com. All right, I am absolutely exhausted. It is late. I just got back from the Crawford fight, and not a good day, but one of those days where, again, the personal plays saved me a little bit. And if you were on the Discord channel, you saw a bunch of them that I jumped in. We got Villanova in college basketball right, and we got the knockout for Terrence Crawford right. We came in. Once Bud hit the ring, I just started watching, and I looked at the two men, and I went, oh, boy, okay, this is not going to be a decision. And so I jumped in for a half a unit at plus 135. There was a big push in Vegas, driving that number from plus 150 down to plus 135 for Crawford on the knockout. So I jumped in on that. So the official play, Miesha Tate loses on a decision. It was sort of a day of like really close losses. So Miesha Tate loses on the cards in her fight. So that parlay got killed. And we lost both college basketball bets. Both teams won, but neither covered. Drake won by 3, and they were 4.5-point favorites. Loyola Chicago won by, I think, 11 or 12. They were 19-point favorites. We got Baylor right, which was great. Wisconsin wins, but they don't cover. Wisconsin beats Nebraska, but they don't cover. So kind of a bummer there, but we had a couple of decent things come in. The Iowa under lost as well, so that kind of compounded it. We went 3-1 officially for college football 1-unit wagers on for future wagers. UNLV right, Ole Miss right, Nebraska under right, over on the other two. And then we got the Iowa under 8.5 wrong. Iowa won their 9th game, so they're 9-2. So we get ourselves 3-1 there, so profitable in the futures market. We got one future left in college with Matt Corral to win the Heisman. That's probably not going to happen given what's going on with the quarterbacks right now. But maybe, we'll see. Matt Corral's had a pretty good year, but that's probably not going to happen. So all in all, a losing day. A losing day in the pod, losing day personally. And so today we have the live stream going with Dan Harris and myself at 11 a.m. Eastern time, 8 o'clock in the morning. So I need to get to bed, because we're going to have to get up really early to kind of crack this and get after it here. I am going to give you the 3 plays here that I'm going with, but I'm not going to expend a ton of time talking about the breakdown. Just give me, just deal with it for now because I'm tired, and not to say that you guys care that I'm tired, but I normally would go through the whole breakdown of everything and why I'm making these plays, and I'm just not going to do that here right now. I'll do that on the live stream when Dan Harris and I talk about the games. I'll tell you why I'm betting the games the way that I am betting. So all 3 games are 1-unit plays. We will have a Wong teaser, which has missed the last 2 weeks, I believe. 7-4 now on the Wong teaser. So we got to pick up the pace here a little bit on this. We're already 1-0 on the week on the week 11 in the NFL. We had the Patriots game right against the Falcons here. So let's go to New Orleans and Philadelphia. And, man, this number's 2.5. You got a road team in the New Orleans Saints. I don't hate it if you want to just skip all this and go right to the money line at plus 130 on this. But to be conservative and to be a little safer, we're going to go ahead and take the plus 2.5 points with the New Orleans Saints. But I don't like the Eagles. They're 0-4 at home, and they're 0-4 against the spread at home. New Orleans defense, they lost on the road at Tennessee last week, but they covered. And I think a very similar thing could happen here today. And I know that people are saying the Eagles have momentum and they're playing well here. They've won 2 out of 3. But I'm not really, okay, they're getting Miles Sanders back and he's expected to play. That's big. And Alvin Kamara is not going to play for New Orleans. I know everyone's all panicky about that. But I just think I don't like Nick Sirianni personally. And I think Sean Payton's a really good coach. And I think Sean Payton knows he's got to kind of coach his butt off here. They're 5-4, and things are getting a little shaky for them. But they're only 1 game back in New Orleans in the division. Tampa for the division. New Orleans 5-4. Tampa is 6-3. New Orleans plus 2.5. Team that I've liked all year. I'm going to keep on riding New Orleans 1 unit. Saints plus 2.5. against the Philadelphia Eagles. Second bet, let's get into the Indianapolis Colts and their game coming up here today where they are catching 7 points. And the Colts are an interesting team because the Bills, everyone's going to go, oh, you got to like Buffalo here. You got to like Buffalo's at home, right? 6-3 overall, 3-1 at home. Colts 2-2. I don't like this Bills rush defense. We'll get more into this coming up here, but if you can get over 7 is the minimum. Do not bet 6.5. But if you get 7 or 7.5 or higher, Indy plus 7. I think they keep the game close. I think this is a team that can run the ball with Jonathan Taylor, who's going to have to be the whole offense for them. I totally understand people are nervous about that. But I like Indianapolis plus 7 here to keep the game within a touchdown. Indy really needs to keep pace here. The Titans are 8-2. They're running away with the division. Colts are 5-5. Got to keep pace with the wild card here, and so they need to. And look, Buffalo's really inconsistent. They're really up and down, and I know they're 3-1 at home, but I don't know. They've lost. They're 2-2 over the last 4 games. They pounded the Jets. Everybody thinks they got right against the Jets, but I'm not so sure. I like the plus 7. I'm taking the Colts at plus 7, and then I'm going off the beaten path a little bit here for the third bet, and Washington is plus 3. They were 3.5. You get back to 3.5. I love this. Look, this is Ron Rivera up against Cam Newton. Ron knows Cam really well. They're on the road. They're 1-3 on the road. Panthers are 2-3. I know people are in love with this Panthers team. I think the Panthers are really, really good. Look, I may be dead wrong about this team. I don't think the Panthers are that great. Okay, I know McCaffrey is really difficult to stop. And of my 3 picks, this is probably my 3 bets. This is the one I'm probably the most shaky with. But I think Cam is good to throw a pick or two. I think this is an entire, this is not Cam on short yard, in the short yardage situation. This is Cam Newton in a full game situation. I like Washington plus the 3. 3.5 would be better. If you get 3.5, that's better. I would love 3.5, but if you can get 3, don't go under 3. But Washington plus 3 against Carolina, I will take it. Again, if you find 3.5, it's a better play. And if I can make it official at 3.5, that would be awesome to do that. But I got 3 tonight and I took it. I like Washington plus 3 up against the Carolina Panthers. I do think this is going to be a field goal game one way or the other. Christian McCaffrey being back is a big deal, but the shock of having Cam out there, I think the Cardinals weren't prepared for what that offense was going to look like with Newton out there. Washington will have no such problem here. Washington's 3-6. I know they got some really costly injuries, guys that you just hate to see go down, but I like Washington to keep this game close. Washington plus 3 with a chance to win the game. I'll take Washington on the road plus 3 for 1 unit. Okay, so those are my 3 plays here. Saints plus 2.5. Colts plus 7, Washington plus 3. I'm riding the dog train. The dogs have been so good this year. I'm riding it again here coming up. I've had my fun with favorites, and I'm not really interested in laying points. Although watch favorites go and kill this week, and I get burned. It could very well happen. But a good week, though, and just kind of a step backwards. Really good middle of the week, really good. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, good Thursday, decent Friday. And then a bad Saturday. So hopefully we have a decent Sunday here coming up here again. All right, so we're going Saints plus 2.5, Colts plus 7, Washington plus 3, all for 1 unit. Player props coming up. We'll have another unit in play, and a Wong teaser coming up as well during the live stream, 8 o'clock in the morning, Pacific time, 11 a.m. Eastern on our YouTube channel for Betting Pros. My name is Matt Perrault. I'll talk to you later on today with Dan Harris and I for our live stream right here on BettingPros.com. Follow me on Twitter at SportsTalkMatt. Every morning, it's the Daily Juice podcast, always being brought to you by BetMGM.